You're listening to Miscast Commentary.
Hey everybody, how we doing? Welcome to Miscast Commentary, Crumbing Attractions episode. I'm Joe Findlay.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Marine.
And we got lots to talk about today. We had the 2 weeks in a row, so we always have like extra news to talk about or whatever,
right.
because we miss a week. But I hope you liked the 2-part Lord of the Rings episode. We got a big announcement this week.
We don't have to hope. They loved it.
Of course they did. But yeah, we've got a lot to go into. So I think start with a little bit of movie news.
Sure.
The Mulan trailer came out.
I just watched it while on the toilet. It was a very good trailer.
I was hoping you were just gonna say it's very good, and I'm like the bowel movement or the
Oh yeah, the bowel movement.
Yeah, they were both great.
Wow.
I saw the trailer for the bowel movement. It was just like the little turtle head poking out.
Where will this go?
It was in the toilet. It was he didn't miss. He's pretty good at that.
Yeah.
But no, it looks like of all of the movies, it looks like the first epic to me. Like, it's gonna have like a grandiose,
and it's not like I guess with Lion King, was it gonna be like it's not all CG? It looks like it's, but yeah, I guess Aladdin was also real people.
Yes, there were some.
If you call Will Smith a real person.
He was very rarely there. He was actually, when he was blue, was the only time he was there in real life.
He blew himself.
Ooh.
Just like
David Cross.
That's right.
Hey, we're doing great. So yeah, it's a really cool looking trailer. I think that so far
You should just leave it there. Don't show anything else.
Yeah, it's the one that I've become the most excited for of all the
what else?
The live
there?
action
Jesus
trailers.
Christ! By the time, I hope they have some original stuff coming out, because like holy fuck, man, they're really recycling the old ones quick.
Well, here's the problem though. Every single one of them is doing well, so why on earth would they not?
No, I don't think that they shouldn't. I just think they're
Yeah.
putting them out too soon.
Yeah, I think
Like this summer we're getting Aladdin and The Lion King.
Yep.
Like holy
Well, Aladdin's
shit,
already
man.
happened, but yeah, The Lion King is
And
to come out,
when's
which
Mulan
looks
supposed
great.
to come out? Christmas or something?
I think it's late this year or early next year.
It's gonna be December release. It'll be Mulan.
Yeah.
It'll be Endgame again.
Yes.
With new footage and Star Wars.
Yeah.
And some other movie that Disney will possibly allow another studio to also have a movie out at the theaters at the same time.
And while we're thinking about that, they've got two going strong in the box office right now. Toy Story 4 is rocking and rolling.
Oh, yeah, Toy Story 4? Oh, I still haven't seen it.
And Spider-Man Far From Home.
Okay, here we go. Now that you said it.
Yes.
We were speaking about this before. We haven't seen the movie. Call in and spoil it right now.
Yeah.
Somebody call and ruin the movie for me.
This isn't live.
I don't give a shit. Call the number when you hear me say it.
Yeah, I'll pick up.
The phone.
1289-769-3288.
Ooh. But, okay, so I read that there's apparently a crazy mid-credit scene.
Yeah.
And there's a big cameo in the movie.
Mm-hmm. It's been a crazy busy week for me, so I haven't been able to go see it yet. My niece was originally supposed to be born on the Wednesday, so I was gonna, but that didn't happen.
Born though?
No, not yet.
Oh, wow.
Still in there. So we've been waiting on that, and that has been kind of a thing, scheduling wise. And then of course this was my long week of working night shifts.
Yep. But so, what do you think, if you had to take a wild guess what the last scene is? And apparently it ties into everything. Like they're like, oh, this opens up a whole possibilities for.
I think it would have something to do with the combination of the Fox and Disney
my first guess was
universe.
Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
I say no only
maybe it was Venom.
Venom could be a good.
Maybe it was
one.
Venom.
Venom could be a good thought because they're doing the other Venom movie. There was a possibility of tying it in with Spider-Man.
Maybe Miles Morales shows up from the multiverse.
That would also be interesting. It could be Donald Glover. Get in there as Miles Morales.
Get inside me, Donald Glover.
He's too old to play that now, but it's all good.
Never. What was it? The CG back aging?
Yeah. I don't even think
that's what they do with Sam Jackson at all times.
Yeah. Which I was actually talking about that with with some guys on a podcast yesterday. We were talking about the Sam Jackson playing Sho'nuff in the remake of The Last Dragon. They kept taking it's not happening. But
Oh my
it's
God.
I think it was the Rizzo was trying to get it made, and then
he was gonna be Sho'nuff.
I think it would have been perfect. I don't give a shit that he's like 60 something.
I don't care. Who gives a crap?
Like,
he can still rule the hood with an iron fucking kung fu fist
with the glow.
Fucking
the red glow. When you got the glow, it feels right. When you got the glow, the glow.
You got the glow. That's what I was waiting for. Yeah,
I know. Sorry, I went the wrong way.
You got there. You took this. You took the scenic route, man. I did,
but it also blew away expectations because they were thinking, oh, it's going to be the first one after Endgame. It's not going to do as well. It made like $580 million worldwide. It's first
killing it.
Like, I know it opened like Tuesday or whatever because it was like a July 4th movie.
Cheat opening.
Well, it's a July 4th movie, right? So it gets like the weekend starts early because of that.
On a Tuesday.
Yeah, but still, its 3-day thing was still like a huge number and stuff like that. But it was. Yeah, it's doing big numbers right now. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I just didn't get the opportunity. You'll hear from us, no doubt. We'll try and go see both of those things.
I got to see Toy Story 4 still.
Yeah, I know.
I'm way behind.
I got to get out there. It's very busy weekend for us. We've got my son's birthdays this weekend and have a family get together this weekend.
And there could be another child born in the family.
Yeah, so I mean,
is she in the hospital right now? Just like waiting?
No. That's not how babies
work. Just due.
Yeah. She was supposed to have a C-section and the C-section was canceled. So that's why. That's why we knew what day it was, but now we're just waiting.
Now they're having a G-section, baby.
A-section. Coming out that asshole.
Yeah. Give it the old fish hook.
So yeah, and speaking of waiting to see somebody appear, I was very recently on the podcast Dueling Decades, where this was a few weeks ago. If you go check out duelingdecades.com or check them out on CastBox, wherever you get podcasts, just like us. If you can find us, you can find them, no doubt. And look for their true crime episode, which just came out a couple of weeks ago. And I won the Dueling Decades Championship.
Nice.
And I've been friends of that show for quite some time. I've been on. Thank you very much. And I just made another appearance to defend my title. It is one of the week challenges, and I am doing the week of July 5th to 11th, 1992, going against the second week of July, so same week in 1984. And so it's a good one.
It's gonna be a rumble.
It's always the 80s pitted against the 90s. Movies, television, news, hot products, music, the whole deal. And you've got to defend your year, defend your time slot there. So make sure you check that out when it comes out. See if I can successfully defend the title and keep it in Canada. Sorry to 99% of our listeners who are U.S. citizens, but hey, and that one guy in fucking Russia,
the Ruskies.
Comrade.
So, okay, well, now that you're plugging yours, I got to plug mine.
Yeah.
Different network altogether. If you could find it, check it out. I was actually on Dueling Dildos, where you fight with various sized dildos. The crowd picks them. Mm-hmm. It's sort of like an old hardcore match at ECW.
Yeah.
And you duel with dildos for the honor of your anal virginity. I've lost every time.
Yeah, so it's no longer anal virginity. And it's like really now you just stick it in and then just wave it around the sides.
Oh yeah, wave it around like you just don't care. Yeah.
But yeah,
they call me the Vortex.
Oh, gross. I am not happy with that.
Remember that robot show we were watching? It's like that, only less erotic.
With the BattleBots?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's like that, but less dirty.
Watch BattleBots.
Fucking they're not paying us.
Yeah. Well, they might. Maybe they'll bring one here.
Maybe I could be one.
Be more like I already told you, you would literally just get chopped and just
who cares? They'd be like
chop until you
even after the first chop, they know I'm human now. They just keep chopping.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Just keep chopping.
Yeah. Well, maybe they just filled it up with bones, meat, and blood just to throw us off.
True.
Well, they did that in The Simpsons. Actually, remember he was doing like a BattleBots type thing, and Homer was the robot.
Oh.
And then
Simpsons did it.
Yeah, and then literally, like, he was, like, getting, like, stabbed and lit on fire and all those things.
Yes,
and,
Yep, of course.
Of course he
that
did.
Homer. One of these days I'll buy the whole pack and it'll be like the whole wall.
I know. I actually had a bunch of the season.
What are they
I think
on
I
now?
had up to
259?
yeah, something like that. I had
29 or something?
something like that. Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Well, 19. Yeah. No, this is. This is the 30th season that's coming.
Dear God.
This one that passed was the 30th season. It started in 88.
Like they're holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, and they're I guess for them they're like, well, we did 25 years of not getting paid as much as we are now, so now we do another 25 at $100,000 an episode or whatever. Probably more.
Well, here's the thing about The Simpsons, because like you have that thing of get out when the getting's good type thing, like don't overstay your welcome. But the problem with The Simpsons, much like Saturday Night Live, is after the first couple of years, everybody started hating it and a new group started liking it.
Yep.
And then that kept happening and happening. So there is no overstaying your welcome because there's always somebody who likes it.
Yep.
And then there's just a bunch of people sitting behind you going, no, it's bullshit. It's not like it used to
Well, I just
be.
haven't seen it. I don't know whether it's any good or not. I know a couple I'd seen in the middle. Way after, the good days.
It's got strong times. It's got.
I've seen a couple recent ones where I was like, oh, that was pretty funny actually.
Yeah.
Like
it's like I think the problem is, like we say, we've seen so much of it, and even ones that they've never done before are kind of reminiscent of things they've done.
Of course,
because
after 30 seasons, Matt.
Anything in your life can be compared to The Simpsons. Actually, if you watch or listen to the podcast Unspooled, they talk about the AFI top 100 movies, and every single one they do.
Endgame's like number 3 already.
Yeah, no, but every single one they do. Well, no, that's not how the AFI list works. They do it like every 7 years or something.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking a different one.
Yeah. It's not
American Film Institute.
Yes. So they and they always say, do you have does it have like a Simpsons parody in it? And pretty much every single one of them has so far.
Jesus.
And the ones that didn't have a Simpsons parody had a Futurama parody.
Fucking A.
And he's
like, on the new Futurama movie.
There we go.
We're due.
We are.
So have you seen Stranger Things? 3 came out.
Yeah.
Which I think I love it. I don't know what it is about the show, but there's lots of homages.
Yeah.
Like the Terminators in this one.
It's very
I'm watching with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is from this. And I'm just like, I forget it. Like, and it's every episode I'm like, oh, this is Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Or this is that scene from, and I'm just like, what do I even talk? I'll just say it out loud to the universe. Like, I'll just say it up in the air.
There's a girl. The Viking. Or the Berserker, sorry.
Whatever, the same fucking guy.
Yeah, but there's a girl that I work with who she doesn't know any reference you talk about, and I made like a Wizard of Oz reference, and I think that Wizard of Oz is probably the most accessible movie in the history of the world.
Maybe.
It's like pretty much everybody at least could, like, if I say I'll get you my pretty and your little dog too, like friggin' unborn children know what that means.
Oh my God. Somebody's like, why would you say that? My last dog was kidnapped and the mom, somebody freaks. It's like, you're a monster.
Why are you? That's not the direction I was going at all. She's like, I don't know that movie. She's like, that movie's so old. Why would I know it? I'm like, because literally everybody knows it.
So, because that's the attitude I love too, is like, if the movie didn't come out while I was born, it doesn't exist.
Yeah. And that was it. And I was like, I can't
picture a time in my life without the comforting wisdom of Jersey Shore.
Well, and that's the thing. I'm like, what? Like the movie came out in 1939. You think I was born in 36? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
You're so old. You might as well have been. We're
walking down the street and found a lid of honey because it's totally fine in this world. I'm sorry. I don't improv songs, and I'd like to apologize. So yeah, that was that. What else we saw? We saw some casting news. Paul Rudd is joining Ghostbusters 2020.
Awesome. I think he's playing Slimer.
Yes. I assume that I feel like his being cast is the confirmation that this is going to be closer to the plot that I originally foresaw for the movie, where there might be like a newer generation of Ghostbusters because all those guys are retired in New York and stuff like that.
They're all going to be in it too.
Yeah, they are.
That's wicked.
Except Harold Ramis is not going to make an appearance.
Damn it.
I think that the best thing in the world, and I think that I fully believe that Harold Ramis
Did he write the first one?
No, Dan Aykroyd did.
Did he do? No, Ivan Reitman directed it. Right.
And Jason Reitman's directing this one.
That's
so
right.
It's all going great. But I think that Harold Ramis would support this 100% if he was alive. No.
Oh.
He should be one of the ghosts. They should face off against Egon at some point.
That's an awesome idea. He's all evil now, and he's all...
No, he's just a ghost going
Maybe
around.
he just be a ghost and hangs out with him.
And you could even make it an emotional moment where they're like, we're going to get rid of our buddy.
Right.
And
But I
he's
mean,
like,
they don't really, and then in the end, you'll find out that he kicks around the office still.
I was just going to say that
You're
as the
a
other
fucking
thing.
liar.
No, I was like, that'd be an interesting, like, if you just had a moment where, like, one of them's just sitting there and reading, and then you see, like, the ghost of Egon come through and just gives him, like, a little nod and grabs, like, a notebook and just moves on.
And grabs Annie Potts' ass.
Absolutely.
She can be back to
I
hand
believe
down the
she
secretary reins to the new young secretary.
Well, I believe she's in the movie. Sigourney Weaver's definitely in the movie.
Awesome.
And then, but I guess they're helping, like, the Sigourney Weaver of this movie is, I can't remember.
She's the new mayor of New York.
Yeah, it's like a single mother, and then her kid, who's like the kid from, what's it called? Stranger Things?
Millie Bobby Brown?
No, I don't remember which one it was now, but I just remember saying.
When I watched it, I
like,
just
he
see
was
all
cast-
Millie
they were
Bobby
cast-
Browns.
Yes. I still don't understand. Like, why, given that kid's age, why would you make Bobby Brown a part of anybody's name?
We wonder
like,
that too. Was it like as a joke when the parents named her?
Yeah.
It gets confusing when I watch
See, I thought
that show because somebody's like, hey, who said it? I'm like, Millie Bobby Brown 4, not Millie Bobby Brown 2, idiot.
I honestly thought because it crossed over with like Bobby Brown dying or whatever it was. Is Bobby Brown dead?
I don't think so. What?
Okay. No, there was something going on. Something happened.
His
or maybe
daughter died in the bathtub or something.
Oh, it was
she
his
drowned.
daughter died. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That's what it was then. I thought because those two names crossed over at the same time, so I thought that his daughter was Millie Bobby Brown.
The girl from Thing?
No, I didn't know. No, I didn't think that was the girl from Stranger Things. I hadn't seen Stranger Things at that point. So I saw like that was happening, and then Millie Bobby Brown was in existence. They crossed at the same time. So I was
In
like,
your
oh,
brain.
so no, it was like they were on the news and the news headlines on the exact same day.
Like two TVs,
So,
there they were, and then
yeah.
your eyes unfocused and they blurred together.
Pretty much. Well, no, it's just like you read the two things.
I know what you mean.
You see like Bobby Brown's daughter die,
Yes.
and then you see like, oh, Millie Bobby Brown cast on Stranger Things or whatever the thing was. But then after like a couple of weeks, you're like, oh yeah, Millie Bobby Brown died.
That's
Like,
how I live my
Bobby
life.
Brown's daughter.
Don't read the headlines. Don't read them. Flip through as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Mix the stories.
Yeah.
And I want you to know that I don't see color. I thought she was Bobby Brown's daughter, you racist.
It's because you
Piece
have
of
a
racist
black
shit.
and white TV, you cheap bastard.
Still got the buttons.
I don't see race from a technological standpoint because I literally can't. Yeah, we were camping, and I've kind of uncovered a guy who's a little colorblind, and he's like, "Yeah, these are both red. That makes no sense to me. Why'd you have two red?" And I'm like,
It's like
yeah.
he's never known.
And one was red and one was brown.
yeah,
and I
he
was
like
just
he has
kinda-
no idea. You're the first person to ever really correct him on his
No.
horrible color blindness.
No, well, Carrie felt bad because later on, he put down a brown one, like a thing saying like you can steal any brown, and then he took his daughter's red card, and then she's like, "Oh, your dad's such a cheater," blah blah blah, and he kind of was like all sheepish and like took the card back and stuff, and she's like, "Oh," she's like, "I don't think he likes me. I put my foot in my mouth."
Your dad's colorblind. Hey,
It's-
give the fucking red card back. That's what I would have said.
Yeah.
Hey, colorblind.
Yeah, hey,
Can you see me flipping you the bird over here? Stop ripping the game off.
you in the wheelchair, walk it off.
Exactly.
That was my son too. He's been having a lot of interactions with people with special needs lately and not understanding. He was behind a guy at Canada's Wonderland in line. You've heard this story.
It's
And he's
awesome.
literally just going, "Hi, hi, hi, hello, hi. I have a hat. Hi, hi." And then the guy's not acknowledging. He's not talking to me. And he gets so
Yeah, God forbid,
like,
right?
he gets so bummed out when he's like, "Why is he ignoring me?" And so then Carrie had to explain to him like he can't hear. Like it was
Even
that
if he
sort of
could hear, does he have to pay attention
No.
to you, kid?
Yeah, well, he's 3, so yeah, that's
Of course,
that's
yeah,
the
of
expectation.
course, yes.
But but then I took him for his swim lessons, and then she's like, "Why is that boy in a chair? Why does he get to be in a chair?" And he's just like going to go.
Why does he
So-
get to be? I want to be in
Yeah.
a chair.
So, and I felt so bad. And then like literally we forgot about it. And then Carrie's like, "Oh yeah, can you have the wheelchair wheelchair talk with Reese today when I was putting him to bed yesterday. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, some boys' legs don't work, buddy. And so they need to be in a chair. Well, why don't his legs not work? Like, because, you know, that's how 3-year-olds were talking. And
like,
3-year-olds and me. And I'm like, well, it's like you have to like answer all these crazy questions.
That his legs may not work.
So anyways, I told him all about vaginas to distract him.
When he started crying about the kids with no legs, you started showing him some vages.
You came out of this.
It had teeth on it.
Yeah.
It's from the Killer Vagina movie.
Absolutely. It's called Teeth. Literally
Teeth.
called
Yeah,
Teeth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's called Teeth.
Yeah, so that was that. We're talking about other casting news. One of the gentlemen from The Raid is playing Sub-Zero in the new
James Wan produced. It's going to be
James
awesome.
Wan produced Mortal Kombat movie.
Hard R. It's going to be awesome. I fucking love James Wan.
I'm looking forward to seeing what that could
James
finally
Wan
be.
will direct Miscast commentary of the movie.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who's directing the
one.
movie. He's just producing it, but I'm sure it'll get
whatever.
good treatment. It'll get a good treatment.
Who do you want to direct Miscast? He could be the producer then.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't know.
John Woo.
No, I want Hal Needham, the guy who did every single movie that Burt Reynolds did that involved the car.
Yes, deal.
Like
Deal.
Cannonball Run.
Oh my god, we can get
Bandit.
Archer will be in that movie then.
Yeah.
Fucking A, he'll be in it.
So he's gonna do that, and so we're gonna do every episode from a car where we're just outrunning like racist Southern sheriffs.
That's all I've ever wanted. That's
That'd be
all
great.
I've ever wanted.
Okay,
you'll have to drive.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be the one going, oh my god.
Yeah, and then what else were we reading about? That they're moving ahead with the spin-off to Big Lebowski about Jesus Quintana from played by John Turturro.
Yeah.
So so much stuff is
I
going on.
wonder if it's going to be the Coen brothers.
I have no idea.
That's
I have
awesome.
a feeling it'll be Coen produced.
I have to continue watching that Western they came out with. It was so good what I've seen of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of depressing though. Well, some of it was funny, some of it was depressing. When Liam Neeson threw that little guy. Oh. Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it.
What a fucking movie.
No.
It's beautiful. Anyways, super news for this guy right here.
Let's hear it.
My favorite books, I never read Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
The BBC and HBO are teaming up to do His Dark Materials, which seeing so far what they've done with that Game of Thrones there.
Yeah.
I'm really excited because I was not a fan of the movie that came out, although I think that
you're talking the Golden Compass, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. His Dark Materials is the major title, and then the 3 books are the Golden Compass and the Subtle Knife, and then whatever the last one was. Anyways, they're fucking amazing books. So amazing, so smart, and I'm so excited. Yeah. HBO has always got it going on. They started the game. Yeah. They know what it takes to stay in it, man.
Well, and what's crazy is they were doing even when their stuff was super low budget and all that. I just rewatched The Late Shift and Recount. In the last little bit.
What is that?
The Late Shift was the movie that was about the late night battle between Leno and Letterman.
Okay.
The duking it out to get the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And then Recount was about the Florida recount in the 2000 election. And they were both a little bit older and a little bit lower budget. Well, the Late Shift was really low budget, and then Recount was not quite as low budget. But then you get to Game Change, which is the Sarah Palin movie and stuff like that, and it gets a good budget after that. It's kind of thing. But
that one was a game changer.
Yeah, but there's so many good ones out there, and I think HBO is going to do a good job. I think all of these people are putting a lot of things in, that's why the Amazon Lord of the Rings I have a lot of faith in, because it's going to be their basically their new flagship show. They've had
I don't want to have all these damn channels, man. I hope I can just I don't know, find it or something. Maybe they'll come out with it on DVD or some shit. I don't know.
They have been doing that. They've been putting them on DVD.
Fuck,
come over here. I have it already, so you just come over here and watch it.
What?
The Amazon.
You have Lord of the Rings?
No, I have Amazon.
Oh, I thought you were you got a boot. I was you're telling me right now in this
they haven't even shot it yet.
So went into the bathroom at my work and there was the reels right there.
Yeah, just people leave reels when they're taking dumps.
Hey, I forget reels all the time.
Yeah.
On purpose. Murder reels. When you see it, that girl comes out of the well and fucking haunts you every time you take a shit.
I have I always assume I try and hurry up my bowel movements because I assume that the girl from The Ring is going to come out of my cabinet.
Exactly. She will.
I can't, yeah.
When you watch the movie I left beside the toilet.
7 days. And I will be there for 7 days. So
I saw the original alone. I was like so terrified.
Nice. Like the original, like the first, the Ring or
yeah.
Ringu?
No, I don't know, Ringu, I guess. I don't
Okay,
think
well,
and this chick
the
came down the
Japanese
stairs,
one or the
man, and was like,
English?
oh my God, I can't even like.
So much.
Holy Lord. She looked around that corner at Buddy. I thought I was going to shit phantoms. I was just like, holy Jesus.
Yeah. Well, that's what's hilarious. And that's when I realized, because then a bunch of things like that came out. And I'm like, oh, they're just ripping off the same girl from the leg. And they're like, no, this is a thing in Japan. It's a very specific type of like ghost
horror,
or something like
right.
that. And that's what they all look like. It's always this like girl in like all white and like the black hair and stuff like that. And I was like, so basically all Japan is a bunch of kaiju and then those girls crawling around.
It's a wonderland of amazement.
And then you can buy used panties.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And obviously the used panty machines. My buddy went to Japan and I told him, I was like, if they still have those machines, you have to get me panties. Yeah. And he's back now and he says he has something for me, but he's not, obviously. I'm like, don't tell me what it is. Oh, God. It's going to be awful because I have to go get this gift with my girlfriend not there. Like she can't see me whiff these. He better not have whiffed them either. He'd be pissed.
He can't see me whiff these. Or I would just get them for the novelty. Under no circumstances would I be smelling them.
Why would you buy panties out of a vending machine if they weren't for sniffing purposes?
Well, we've all got our
or
things,
wearing
I guess,
them
right?
And then sniffing them.
Well, I'm sorry that I don't know, just a little more British or whatever than you. But we have to do another movie. That's how these things work, right? So next week we're going to be doing another movie.
Yep.
And
you know it.
Yeah. And so we might as well talk about that movie. We're going to, we're doing a little bit of a deep dive. I don't know how many people really know about this movie, to be honest.
Well, now there four more will know.
Yeah. What? Oh, 400.
I meant 400 million.
There it is. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know how well known this is amongst people who aren't like very specific niche, like movie buffs.
This is what we're here for.
Right? This is what we're here for.
Something.
So once upon a time, Weird Al Yankovic made his very own movie. And that movie was UHF. Story about a guy who takes control of a UHF.
What a movie.
And millennials, UHF, we explain what the hell UHF is in the episode. But
don't spoil it.
No. But yeah, he takes over a UHF station and
it's
then
amazing.
Becomes like its own.
Come on a journey with us.
So let us take a look at that trailer.
Listen, let's get one thing straight. Guns don't kill people. I do.
Channel 62 has the lowest ratings in the history of television. What they need is a new station manager.
No, not him. Forget it. No way.
A man of action. A man of courage. A man of vision.
What's your name?
Billy.
Billy what?
What they get is a man so desperate, he'll put anyone on the air.
Hey, Stanley.
Yeah, George?
How'd you like your own TV show?
Okay. You get the drink from the fire hose! Okay, you ready? Yeah! Open wide!
He's Conan the Librarian.
Today we're teaching poodles how to fly.
We beat out the networks.
George Newman. He starts where the others stop.
We're the #1 station in town.
Orion Pictures presents Weird Al Yankovic in UHF, the movie.
Wow.
So yeah, that is it. We are taking on UHF, and we are looking forward to it. Yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, see the movie or watch it with us or whatever.
Live
but
the
it
movie
is
with us.
It is a fun movie. If you like Weird Al in any or have ever liked Weird Al, you got to go and check this thing out. But we got a big announcement for you.
We do.
In a couple of weeks, starting in August, we're going to have all the details on our website, miscastcommentary.com, and on Twitter and everywhere else. We are starting our very own Patreon. Yay!
What the hell does that even mean?
I know. I've explained this to you literally every time I've
but I'm
said the
like-
word. Patreon is a place where you can go and you can become a patron of our show and then and put money towards the show. And for that, you get something extra.
Sounds like a made up word. Is it?
No, well, patron is a word, and then they've created a made up thing.
That's what I'm saying.
You overcomplicate and make every single time we've put something forward where it's like, hey, this is like we can turn this into a business. You're like, sounds like fucking bullshit. But you only
Just
say
the
it on
word.
the air.
Just the word. The idea is great.
Okay.
They use some made up word. Yeah,
They did.
Let's use a real word.
But yes, well, no, in this case, no. It's like that's why like Uber. I know Uber has its own meaning, but not for cars.
Uber.
But
At least it's a real word.
it's not English. So there you
Is
go.
anything?
Ooh.
Whoa.
Well, we're not talking about our Patreon
I'm
anymore. You
so
just-
excited about our Patreonism that I'm taking out my butt plug. Here we go.
Oh, let's go.
Look at that.
Which is kind of ironic because Reese calls that our dog's poop toy. So that's wonderful. But yeah, so we've been.
I'm very excited for this, actually.
We have been deciding what to offer, and most people will do maybe an extra episode a month or something like that.
What about nudity?
There are many levels. What we have decided to offer is kind of our top tier. Every single week, you will get another episode. So every week you can get 2 episodes of Miscast commentary.
Awesome.
And we decided that those ones were going to cover television.
Sweet.
So we had to decide what the first series is going to be.
Sally Jesse Raphael.
All the boot camp episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a boot camp marathon. We're going to send you to boot camp.
You used to send your fucking ass to boot camp. I'm tired of your attitude.
I don't like your attitude. My audio was on his mic
There
for a
was like
change.
laughing in the guy's face too.
Oh God. Well, because that's how you know when they're hired. Because if the guys were legit boot camp guys and it was all legit, I feel like they'd be way more intimidated.
Well, no, it's always like later
Yeah.
when they take them backstage and they really think they're gonna go, and then they start getting in, they start breaking down.
I feel like they laugh because they're breaking on like live to tape television, and then afterwards they get a talking to, and they're like, "No, I'm gonna make this guy kick your ass."
Yeah, no,
If
seriously,
you
oh,
don't
yeah.
fucking act,
They can't
like,
have you
straighten
kick his
out.
ass on TV.
No, for sure. That'd be amazing. You just like fucking one of those like CIA batons, just boom right in the
Just
back
wail
of the
on
knee.
'em.
Just one of them though. You always have to set the example, right? And if you put one kid down, the other ones would
Oh, well, they'd fall in line.
yeah, they would like do the thing from The Crow where they squeeze their arm and the heroin just comes out of their veins.
Yeah, they'd just show up at school and be, what? They'd be like, my mother got so angry with my bad behavior that she took me onto a television show, and in front of national TV, some guy beat the shit out of me.
Yeah. And I think it was Terry Crews. I'm not sure.
I wish. He's trying to be Ariel's dad. Because
Oh.
Ariel's black, so he wants
would
to
be-
be Ariel's dad.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about that. We'll get to that in a minute though, because we're still talking about our Patreon.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so we were deciding which one to do. We are going to do every single episode, 1 episode per week of Game of Thrones.
It's awesome so far.
So, yeah.
I hated it before I saw it.
Yeah, Todd had not seen a single episode and purposefully avoided anything about spoilers or anything like that. He knows nothing about the
Nothing.
show. So each episode is the first time he knows anything from the show. Lots of learning, lots of predictions, lots of reactions. So there's a lot going on there. So if you enjoy our show and you want, we're not making this like a super expensive thing. I think it's like, we haven't set our price points yet. You'll see in the coming week. All of our information and the tiers and stuff like that.
Whatever it is, it's well worth it.
It's going to be well worth it because you're getting 4 additional episodes every single week or every single
fucking
month.
awesome.
And yeah, and then once we're done Game of Thrones, we're going to pick a new one. We will have people who are among our patrons will actually have a say in what the next show will be.
That's a cool idea.
And
Are we
so
staying away from comedies generally, though?
generally, because it's hard because we're talking over all the jokes
Exactly,
and everybody's kind
yeah.
of. I would rather
Okay.
stay with. I mean, we will listen to whatever they have to say,
Right.
but I would rather stay. And for some reason, I kind of would do The Simpsons.
Right.
Because the thing is, it would like we could just keep going, and we'd never catch up.
It would never end.
But no, but at the same time, I think sticking to the hour long, like the dramas and the actions, and like those kind of things, and the sci-fis are probably our better bread and butter. I'd love to do Oz as our second one.
That'd be killer.
We'll get into all those decisions. We've only got like 6 episodes under our belt of this one ready to go.
Just to tell you, if more of us isn't going to sell you, man, this Game of Thrones is just like nonstop nudity.
Non-stop.
Hot nudity. Men, women, animals.
Yeah. You like swinging dicks.
Fucking
you
awesome.
like flopping vag.
Don't watch it with the things on, though.
What?
The
the subtitles. Yeah, we missed
I missed
Alfie
a
Allen's
penis
dick.
and a vagina because of those goddamn subtitles.
I know. But we have to do that because we're listening. You get
it gives me a reason to watch it again.
Exactly.
Miscast commentary.
I'm going back. I'm going to cover the top 9/10 of the screen and just see what was going on down there the whole time. But yeah, we're really excited about this. There's going to be other incentives and stuff like that. You'll be able to, at certain levels, you'll be able to get a t-shirt from us.
That's exactly what I was going to suggest, but off the air.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, in the next week, we're going to have everything laid out as far as the tiers and all that. And then we're going to release our first episode at that point and have kind of our little soft open. And then we will officially get going in August. And yeah, 1 episode a week nonstop. Plus, we'll still be doing these ones every week.
The hard opening?
Yeah. The August is hard opening.
Yeah.
Hard.
Hot and hard, baby, in August. You know, we could do a contest too where like we'll show up at your house and do commentary over whatever.
Yeah, just your
life.
I'll
talk shit at your kid's birthday.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
You know, like we'll sit in our booth here and we'll we'll commentate your wedding.
That'd be amazing. Grandma, you stupid bitch. He already has that. He got that from Timmy.
What the fuck?
And Timmy doesn't even know him. He was forced to come here.
And he got a better present than you did.
Bullshit. But yeah.
Just because you got out of the hospital a week ago from a raging 4-blaze heart attack.
Yeah.
Don't you care about anybody but yourself?
Grandmas, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, so yeah, just stick to the $5 in the card and move on.
No card. That just gets tossed.
Yeah.
Write something on the inside where the money is.
Yeah. Wrap the money in a check for the cost of the card.
Exactly.
But
why weren't you my grandma?
I was your grandma. I was born in 1936.
She's right. She's right, damn it.
But I've got the same amount of facial hair as a grandma. It's the same color, lots of gray.
You're way less than my grandma.
But anyways, we're really excited about this. We hope that you guys join along, and yeah, we'll see you when that happens. But yeah, you were mentioning Terry Crews and the Ariel.
Oh yeah.
So I
think he did his jokesies.
I think he legitimately should be.
I think he should too.
I don't know who else it would be.
Your dad was ripped as fuck.
I would. The only other person I might say would be, he wasn't ripped though, but would be Carrie Payton from Walking Dead.
I thought you were going to say Christopher Plummer.
He'd be great. He
can play anything.
Well, I would say, but once again, I was waiting for it, and it didn't happen immediately. But then we started getting the Little Mermaid. Ariel was white, and I raised my children on this, and now all of a sudden she's black. And what am I supposed to say? Say it's a fucking mermaid, and mermaids don't have race.
Oh God! What a can of worms you're opening!
Like Jesus Christ! But
what
I'm just saying,
I supposed to tell my kids?
But literally,
like, is it? What do you have to say it? Like, Daddy, they're gonna look at like you're thinking that your child, who probably is more world weary than you, if this is what you're saying, is going to be like, "What's happened to Ariel?" and start crying and freaking. Like it's a black one.
Yeah. Well, it's like the thing. It was like when people were freaking out over Black Stormtrooper, not realizing that all the original Stormtroopers, if you follow the canon of Jango Fett being the original and stuff like that, that means every Stormtrooper for a very long time before they started bringing in new ones were all indigenous New Zealanders.
Right.
So I was like, they were all brown. So I don't know why them being darker brown is a problem for you.
They're all white costumes.
Yeah.
When I wear my white costume, we're all white.
Yeah. Well, realistically, then, if that's even going on that, then complain about Captain Phasma. She was in the wrong costume.
Yes.
And also, nobody complained that it was a girl.
No, nobody cared.
No.
They're too thrown
As
off.
long as
by,
it's a white girl, it's
exactly,
fine.
Exactly. Well, I'm not happy it's a girl, but at least she's white.
Yeah. I'm mad about Asian man,
Yeah.
then black man, then white girl,
Yeah.
and then white guy with the wrong color hair.
Yeah, gingers.
Yes, it's definitely gingers.
Yeah, in brackets it says gingers.
But yeah, it's just
I dig it. Whatever.
my thing. Get the fuck over it. Just I am officially done.
And the question I read in one of these magazines or whatever online, it was like, they're like, we don't have a problem with it, but are they casting her because this is proper casting or because like this is like what's happening now? You know what I mean?
Looking for
Like
a good singer.
Well, exactly. They were looking for a triple threat, right?
Yeah.
To act, sing, and swim dance.
Yeah. Hey,
Like this.
you got a Puerto Rican doing the music, so figure yourself out. Yeah.
Flip the fucking table. Holy
Lin-Manuel Miranda's
shit.
doing the he's like doing the musical directing.
Oh, that guy's whiter than us. He was on Broadway. Come on. The fuck?
I love that. That was fantastic. But I do love Lin-Manuel Miranda.
He's wicked. Dude, when
really-
I saw him in the preview for... What are we talking about?
I don't know.
I saw him in something. Another preview. He's doing good.
Oh, okay. He's got his In the Heights.
No.
He was in Mary Poppins.
That's no, but I saw a preview and it's like a big movie and I'm like, whoa. Oh, it might even be the Golden Compass.
Oh, maybe.
It might even be his, but I was like, there's a dude. I like him, man. I thought Mary Poppins was
but
good.
I find him just to be the most pleasant and charming dude, period.
He seems pretty charming.
But then, like, you just see, like, everything he does. I did this really big deep dive on him recently because I had heard him tell a story about when he was doing, like, he had written one song that was in Hamilton, but he wasn't writing it for Hamilton. He was writing a like a
he wrote
concept.
for the city of Hamilton, which is 2 towns over here.
No, he was. It's many more towns. It's like 4 towns. But he was. It's not. Shut up. But no, he was doing a concept album, a concept hip hop.
Oh, you told me this about.
Yeah, I was telling you about that. Yeah.
Some historical figure.
Yeah, but Alexander. Yeah, Alexander Hamilton. It's the biggest musical of all time, pretty much.
Really?
Yes.
Hamilton.
How are you just knowing that
Hamilton.
now?
I didn't know who was it, but I just thought I knew it was called Hamilton.
What I think is extra funny is I've told him this story already. He just acknowledged I told him this story, but now he's only getting the news about it now.
I tell you like how you mixed up those 2 faces. That's how I'm
I get
living,
it,
brah.
I get it. This is the Millie Bobby Brown of musicals. But
exactly. Did you see Hamilton?
I haven't. Well, because I haven't yet because it hasn't been in Toronto yet.
Isn't that the one where they like protested because like somebody came out and said something because like the vice president was there, so they did like they came out and gave a rousing speech.
Yeah.
Then Mike Pence immediately he fell asleep during.
Yeah, they gave him like it was basically paraphrasing or it was the subtext of the speech was, you're like this big anti-gay dude and you're coming to see a Broadway play. Maybe you're barking up the wrong fucking tree type thing. But like, that's like, they didn't call him out on that, but they were just basically saying, hey, you know, this is what you need to be supporting type thing. And I would like to. I'm
sure it got through.
I would like to see it. But anyways, he did that at like a spoken word poetry thing that was at the White House with Obama. And he's like, yeah, I've got this concept album about the founding father who's like the most like hip hop to me. And he's like Alexander Hamilton. And everybody starts laughing. And he's like, no, hear me out. And then it becomes this gigantic thing. It took him like a year to write that song. And then he does it in front of like Obama and all these other people, and they all love it. And then he changes and decides to make it a musical instead of an album. And then it becomes this gigantic thing. But then on top of that, he's done music for Moana. He did In the Heights, which was another huge musical. And he's directing the movie version of that right now.
Yes?
Yeah.
This guy's on the way up, eh?
Yeah. Well, he's been up for a long time.
Yeah.
And he's also, and then you saw, like, I was seeing he's written music for other musicals and like weird ones. Cause you know how like weird movies have musicals and stuff? Like they had like, Bring It On, the musical. He wrote music for that.
Really?
And Waitress. Oh,
this
no,
guy's like
Waitress
the
musical, he
go-to
didn't write for
guy,
that,
eh?
He
this
is.
Guy's the...
Yeah, he is. And he found out the same, him and Weird Al were like together. They were hanging out. And like that was like the same day they both found out they got nominated for awards, or they both
No
found
way.
out, or
He
they
was
both found out
hanging out with Weird Al.
or they both found out it was either they both just got nominated for Grammys. I think that's the case, or it was about the Hollywood Walk of Fame or something like that. I think it was the Grammy nomination.
Our next movie's UHF.
That's exactly it. It's all full
fucked.
circle.
What the hell?
That's yeah. So, but yeah, it's
Well.
it's a big thing. So check out that upstart Lin-Manuel Miranda if you get a chance.
Check him out.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll check you out.
He also did an episode of Drunk History where he did all Alexander Hamilton stuff.
Oh, nice.
And so he's the drunk one telling the stories and stuff like that. And then out of nowhere, he gets a text from Questlove from the Roots, and then he like FaceTimes with him, and he's like, "Oh my god!" Like he's a huge Drunk History fan, and he's like, "Your life is awesome." Like,
life is awesome.
Yeah, it's.
How was he? Was he good?
Oh, dude, he's outstanding.
What was he drinking? What was his drink?
I don't remember. They drank a lot. They were just drinking and drinking and drinking.
Get loaded. I like that. Just get fucking wasted.
And then Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr were played by Aubrey Plaza and what's her name from Arrested Development?
Maybe.
Yeah. Why is her name just escaping me though?
I don't know what her name is.
Shit, I know
She's
her
in some
name.
new Chicks Rob Things movie.
Yeah.
Like show on
Rob the
Netflix.
Six. I love her. She's good too.
I do. I really enjoy her as well.
So, lots has happened. We're going to leave you at that because we're going to record some more of those Patreon episodes for you guys, baby.
Now we can say it. It was eating me alive inside.
I know. I've been wanting to announce it for quite some time, but then I felt like our last coming attractions was too early. And then we had the two episodes of movie. So here we go. So we're just a few weeks away now, guys. All the details are going to be coming up. So definitely keep an eye on our Twitter. Follow us at Twitter on Twitter at Miscast Podcast. Find miscastcommentary.com. You'll find the news on there. And yeah, we really hope you guys join us for the ride. Like I said, we're going to keep it really cheap. We don't want to be the kind of guys who are trying to like capitalize. Like we're not doing this to like make a salary from this show. Really, well,
I don't even work. This is all I've got.
True enough. I was like, if you all go crazy, if this all of a sudden becomes the #1 show in podcasting, then we will be getting a salary from this show. But really, we're just aiming for keeping the lights on. You know what I mean? Like keeping this stuff running. We also are looking
pay the bills,
and we're also looking to kind of like upgrade the show a little bit. We want to go out and do lives. We want to.
Oh my God, yes.
But to do a live for this kind of show, we've got to get rights to the movie for people to like come in and see it. For people to come and pay and come into the movie, we have to pay for that movie.
Yep.
So even though people aren't going to hear the movie, and like I had a long conversation logistic wise about what would be expected for such things. So to do that and get our hands on some venues and stuff like that, we'd really like to do that. And hey, if there's some popular cities, you know, we'll make the road trip out and do a venue in your guys' area.
It'd be awesome.
And
awesome.
So we really, really would, you know, like to do that kind of stuff. We're definitely not doing this out of any form of greed. We're just paying some bills, baby. So we hope you support us with that. We will see you guys next week with UHF. Bye for now.
This is going to pay for our cock implants, right?
Well, mine. I'm getting a huge one.
Deal. I'll just swing on yours.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.